Hello, creative coders. Welcome to our channel Creative Coding. I hope you all are doing great. So, this is yet another episode of our series CSS mini project, and in this, we are going to see a beautiful effect, which is this. So, as you can see, it is basically a slider which, when slides from left to right, you can see the image changing. So, it is a very beautiful effect, and we are going to see this in pure CSS and a bit of JavaScript. And if you're new to our channel, my name is Shikhar Bani. I'm an educator, mentor, and a web developer. You can find me on Instagram as Creo Codigo, where I post content related to web development daily. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So, let's talk about Newton School first. Newton School is a platform which provides individuals a career in tech. It has courses specially designed for freshers, individuals, working professionals, and even women who don't have any knowledge in tech. Around 300 companies hire from Newton School, and Newton School also provides a pay after placement policy under which you don't have to pay anything to Newton School until and unless you are placed with a bare minimum of 5 lakh CTC. Sounds great, right? Let's talk about another initiative taken by Newton School called Launchpad. So, Launchpad is for those who want to start their coding journey from scratch. It has all the courses that you need to start a coding journey like Java, Python, data structures, JavaScript, Node.js, SQL, you name it, they have it. And the main advantage of using this Launchpad is you get a certificate of completion, you get a developer community, you got the best instructors to teach you, you also got a hands-on experiences, and you will become job ready. And all of this Newton School is providing for free. Yes, so don't forget to check that out. So here we are in the code editor, and as you can see, I have changed the title as changing image slider. And let's start writing some HTML codes. So first I want a div of class container. Okay, container, let's close it. And inside this, I want to display an image, actually two images. So for that, we are going to use figure tag. Figure tag is used to describe or to tell your document that you are going to display an image or any PNG or JPG file. Okay, so let's close it here. And now inside this, let's create a div for our image with ID change, since we are going to be changing the image. Let's close it. Okay, and we're also going to need a slider. So for that, we have to use input tag, and we have to specify the type as range. So as you can see, we got this slider as an output. Okay. Next, I have to specify some minimum value to it. So minimum will be 0, maximum will be 100, and the actual value of our range or the slider will be 50. Okay. So also, lastly, I want to give it an ID. Let's say slider. So that's it. Our HTML is completed. Now let's style it in CSS. So on the output, we have this slider. Now let's style it in CSS. First, let's target the body, and let's set the margin to 0. Let's change the background color F6, F7, FC. Also, I want to display this slider at the center, so let's display it as flex. Justify content center, align items center, and we have to specify height as well, 100 view height. so it will come at the center of our web page. Okay, now let's style the this class container. So dot container. All right, first let's give it a height of 500 pixel, a width of 800 pixel. Okay, let me add a border first so that you can see what we are actually doing. So 2 pixel solid, and let's change the color to black. So let me increase the size of this. As you can see, we got this container of 500, 800 width and 500 as height. Okay. All right. Next, what I want is, let's give it a box. Sorry, border radius of 50 pixel. So you see the border got rotated or circular. Okay. Also, I want to have it a box shadow. Okay. So 2 pixel horizontal, 32 pixel vertical, 66 pixel will be the blur value, and I want the spread to be minus 21 pixel. So as you can see, we got this box shadow. Okay. All right. Next, what I want to set the overflow property to hidden, so there will not uh, the image will not go outside this box. Okay, or if there are any overflow, it will get hidden. All right, so that's it, I guess. Also, let's give it a margin property of 1 view width and auto for left and right. Okay, so our container is done. Now let's target this figure under which there will be two images. So inside our container there is a tag called figure. Okay, so first let's set the background image. We have the URL. Okay, here we have the URL of the first image, so let's copy this, paste it here. Okay, let me set the width and height so that you can see the image. So width will be 100%, height let's say 500 pixel. So there is an image, but the size is not proper. So let's say background size cover. Now you can see the image properly. Okay, there is some space left here and here. We are going to adjust that. Okay, so for that we just have to set the margin to 0, and we got this image. All right, and lastly, let's set the position value to relative. Okay, I think everything is completed. Now let's add the second image, which will be inside this ID change. Okay, so hash change, since it is an ID, we have to select an ID using hash. Okay, change, let's add background image URL, and let's copy this, paste it here. So this is for our second image. Okay. In the same way, we have to specify the width and height. So first let's specify the height 500 pixel. Okay, so we got the image, but we have to set the background size property as cover to see the whole image properly, and we got the second image. Okay. The second image is overlapping over the first, but we don't want that, right? So let me add a bottom property here to 0, and I want to add a border to our image, which will be border right, 2 pixel solid. Let's change the color to white, so FFF. So border right property. As you can see, we got this 2 pixel border right of our image. Okay. Now we are going to shift it and we are going to decrease the width of our image. Okay. So let's say width will be 50%. As you can see, the width of the second image got decreased and we can see the first image over the under the second image. Okay. So yes, and let's add a max width of 98.6%. Okay, let me comment this so that you can see. If I set the maximum width, it will not increase the width to 100%. It will just stop right here. Whenever we slide things, it will just stop right here. Okay. And in the same way, we have to specify the minimum width, and let's say 0.6%. So if suppose I decrease, I comment it out. Okay. You can't see that right away. Okay, let's save it. All right. Now the width is 50%. That's why we are seeing half of the image, and I want to see the overflow. So overflow will be visible. Otherwise, we can't see the second image below it. Okay. And let's change the position to absolute. Okay. I think that's it. We don't want anything right now. Okay. So now we want to target the input. Okay. So input, inside that input we have an ID called slider. Okay. Let's target that. Don't want any margin, so margin will be 0. Left left property will be 0. Top property will be 0. Padding property will also be 0. And top value is I think minus 100 view width. Okay. Let's specify the width as 100% and let's specify the height as 100 view width. Okay. Also, I want position to be relative. Okay. And what are we forgetting? Yes. If you haven't noticed that whenever we hover over our image, I want to change the cursor to that resize icon. Okay, so for that we have to change the cursor as all resize. Now as you can see, when I'm hovering over the image, you can see the cursor to this. Okay, so that you can resize things. All right. Don't want any border, so border will be none, and outline will also be none. Okay, so I guess that's it. As you can see, the slider is coming whenever the size got decreased at a certain point. Okay. All right, our slider is completed. Now let's add that icon inside our id slider. So hash slider. Now inside this, sorry, we have to target the change part, and inside this I want to add something before the content. Initially the content will be 0 or nothing, that's why we have left this space out, and we have to add some background. So background, we are going to use URL, and let's copy this slider URL. Okay, paste it here, and let me set the width to 65 pixel, and we have to set the height as well, so height will be 100%. Okay, also in order to see that, we have to set the background size property as contain, and float it to right. So as you can see, we got to see this slider icon. Okay, let me adjust it first. Let's say maximum, sorry, margin right will be minus 34 pixel, so it will come at the center of our slider. Okay, I don't want it to repeat, so inside our background we have to use this property as no hyphen repeat, so it will not repeat. Okay, I want it to be at the center, so center will come at the center. Okay, that's good. And let's see if we are forgetting something. Let's make the top value to 0, and I guess that's all. Also let's add the position to relative. Okay, so our structure is done. We have applied some stylings, and we can see the function is not applied yet, but we can see how it will going to use. Okay, so let's add the sliding functionality in JavaScript. Okay, so after applying the stylings, our output is looking like this. Now let's add the resize or slider functionality using JavaScript. Okay, so let's come to our JavaScript, and before that, as you can see, this slider is nothing but our input tag. So inside our input, I want to add some attribute. First will be on change. I want to call a function, let's say change. Okay, whenever we change anything inside our slider, this function will call, or on input I want to call the same function. Okay, so let's define that function in our JavaScript. Function change, and inside this function, let's target the id change. So document dot get element by id change inside curly quotes change. Okay, now I want to change the width of it, so dot style dot width. Okay, and how how can we change the width, or how we can be get the value of this sliding by getting the value of our input tag. Okay, so document dot get element by id, this will be slider dot value. Okay, this will give us this value. Okay, and since width accept as percentage, plus double quotes percentage. Okay, so our change part is complete. Let's check the functionality. As you can see, we can change the image using our slider. Okay, using just 3 lines of code in JavaScript, usually one, we can we make this beautiful slider animation. I really hope you liked this video, and thanks for watching till the end. And I think you might have learned something new out of it. So please like, share and subscribe our channel if you haven't yet, and it will encourage us to bring more valuable content to you. Please check out Newton School website to learn more about them, and if you have any doubt related to this animation, comment down under the comment section, or you can contact me on these social media handles. I would love to help you out. So keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.